This video was created for the U.S. Lacrosse Washington chapter, supplementary to Hall of Fame nominations for Webster Hutchins.
My name's John Miller. I'm a filmmaker from Seattle, Washington, and the game of lacrosse is my favorite sport. It's played a huge role in my personal development, and I'm blessed to still be able to play the game to this day in the Cascade Men's Lacrosse League. My love for the game started with my father, an East Coast transplant who developed an affinity for lacrosse while competing in New England boarding school and later college. Some of my fondest childhood memories were spring weekends watching my dad play lacrosse. His team was College Inn Pub. It was actually one of the first sponsors of Men's League Lacrosse in Seattle. And on that team was Webb Hutchins, or as we call him, Hutch, a champion of the game. I would later play for Hutch at a program he built in 1997 at Franklin High School in South Seattle. A little background on Hutch. Hutch started the first high school lacrosse program in Seattle at Nathan Hale. The year was 1992. Hutch built a team of rugged and willing players that happened to be students in his fifth period history class. His teams would clash with the East Side private schools who were considered powerhouses at the time. At first, victories were sparse and sweet, but later on, Nathan Hale would become a force to be reckoned with, contending as champions for the conference. Hutch would later hand down the program to trusted counterparts only to begin a new journey at Franklin High School as a history teacher. Just like Nathan Hale, Hutch was starting a brand new club sport. They didn't get funding from the school, nor the school district. This was a rugged team of individuals who wanted to play the game of lacrosse. At Franklin, the biggest barrier to entry to the sport was gear. Helmets alone cost over $100. So what did Hutch do? He reached out to Franklin alumnus Corey Dillon, the NFL running back who donated over $1,000 to supply gear for a team who couldn't afford their own. This donation would help jumpstart Hutch's second unsanctioned program in Seattle Public Schools. And the program grew. It opened up the sport of lacrosse to all races, people of different socio-economic backgrounds, all thanks to Hutch.
Even though it wasn't technically required, Hutch made sure all of our GPAs were up to par. If you didn't have good grades, you didn't play. At Franklin, before every practice, we had mandatory study halls. It was a great way for us to work together to get our GPAs up and bond as a team. On the field, there was always a clear expectation of sportsmanship. Hutch wanted us to play hard, but also respect and honor our opponents at all times. Those values, along with a strong sense of community, live on to this day at the Franklin and Garfield Hybrid Program and the Freestyle Lacrosse Club, which was incorporated into the Cascade Men's League by Franklin alum. Here, we carry on the Franklin tradition of the sport that Hutch introduced to us.